Good morning. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines. The FBI Tampa field office has seen an increase in sextortion cases targeting teenage boys. WMNF's Chris Young reports that both the FBI and the St. Petersburg Police Department are encouraging victims to come forward.
Sextortion occurs when a criminal encourages victims to send nude photos. After that, they are threatened to either send money or face their photos being shared with friends and family.
I got a friend request from this girl that just moved here. She said she saw my profile and thinks I'm hot.
It starts with a few simple texts and maybe a few pictures, then quickly escalates into threats and demands.
They said if I don't send them money, my family and friends will get the pictures.
That's audio from a newly released PSA from St. Pete PD and the FBI. FBI Special Agent in Charge David Walker says he's seen 15 cases in the Tampa Bay area in the past week.
We're seeing the victims are getting younger and younger, right? So 13 years old is not unusual at this case.
Walker says the usual targets are young men. St. Petersburg Chief of Police Anthony Holloway has a message for those behind the sextortion cases.
We will find you. It may take time, but we will find you.
According to St. Pete Police, parents should have honest conversations with their kids about sextortion. For WMNF News, I'm Chris Young.
Florida's statewide teachers union and the Department of Education have released different figures on the number of job openings in the state's public school system. Lynn Hatter reports each is defending their respective counts.
The Florida Education Association stands by its reported figure and says it got to the 7,000 teacher vacancies by tallying up what was reported on school district websites as of August 7th. The Department of Education reports around 4,500 teacher vacancies and says it reached that figure by surveying districts directly. In Bay County, new Superintendent Mark McQueen says he's got around 60 openings for teachers and more for other positions in the district. But he's making do.
We have 98 bus routes and we have 98 drivers. And they said that has not happened recently. So that's a good news story. And we're still short some teachers. About 50 is what my last number was. 57 was the last number I heard. So we're still short.
McQueen's estimate is closer to the 69 openings for teachers that the union reported. Meanwhile, a Leon County School District spokesman told WFSU the district has only 12 teacher openings compared to the 30 reported by the union. The difference could lie in several factors, like how frequently districts update their job boards. Florida's teacher shortage is nothing new and has persisted for several years now. The state has continued its efforts to boost teacher pay, increase the amount of time a temporary teaching certification is good for, and made it easier for veterans and first responders to transition into teaching. McQueen, the Bay's superintendent, credits that for helping address shortages in his district.
What's interesting about this community is it's a lot of folks moving to Bay County and Panama City, and a lot of military that are present here, and we get a lot of infusion of people that are coming forward and wanting to teach.
For its part, the union issued a statement arguing the state's contentious political climate around education remains a barrier to teachers entering the workforce. In a recent interview with WFSU, FEA President Andrew Spar placed the blame for the perpetual vacancies on state policy.
Policy that really disrespects the profession as a whole, that doesn't allow for teachers to teach the way they know is best, that doesn't value their educational experience. And so that's why people are walking out of the profession in record numbers.
Florida's so-called war on woke has resulted in more teachers leaving the profession, either retiring early or opting not to renew their contracts. There are new constraints on classroom discussions around race, culture, history, and LGBTQ+ issues. The state has also made it easier for parents and others to file complaints against teachers, with penalties that could range to the loss of their teaching certifications. And there remains the ongoing battles around what books and other classroom materials fit the state's idea of what constitutes being age and developmentally appropriate. It's a lot to contend with, says Precious Simonette, who's a teacher in Miami-Dade Public Schools. It has not deterred her passion for the profession, which she's held for 18 years. And she has this advice for teachers who may be feeling down.
Teaching is hard work, but it is also hard work. I want to remind them that they are the compasses, the lighthouses, and the hearts of the world. Where would the world be if teachers did not exist?
There's been a lot of talking about teachers, Simonette says. Teachers need to do more talking for themselves. I'm Len Hatter.
Glenn Gilzian, administrator of a special district that includes Walt Disney World properties, shouldn't continue to serve as a member of the Florida Commission on Ethics while holding a public job, the ethics panel general counsel concluded yesterday. The commission lawyer wrote it would be inconsistent with state law for Gilzian to maintain his position as administrator of the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District while serving the commission, where he is a chairman. Gilzian had requested an opinion on holding the dual positions through the end of his term on the commission. Gilzian had been an unpaid member of the commission since 2019, and his term is slated to run through June 2024. Ben Wilcox with the advocacy group Integrity Florida says there's a good reason why one public official should not sit on a board that judges ethics cases of other public officials.
Just the appearance of a member of the commission having a conflict of interest would not be good for the commission's reputation.
In May, Gilzian was appointed by Governor Ron DeSantis to the $400,000 a year position as administrator of the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District. The move came after lawmakers and DeSantis replaced the former Reedy Creek Improvement District with the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District. It is warm and clear in the Tampa Bay area. Highs today will be in the upper 80s, so enjoy the cooler weather. There is a slight chance of showers this morning, overnight lows in the mid-70s. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines on 88.5 FM and the WMNF app.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.